On vient de, si on est dans une réalité où le principe de réalité est finalement disparu, le signifié devient les choses qui ne sont pas réelles. Donc si elle dit, moi je trouve beaucoup plus de signifié dans une image créée par l'ordinateur, parce que je n'ai pas le problème d'un signifié qui est perdu. Donc je suis ouverte à des nouveaux signifiés qui ne sont pas dans la logique de la signification qui est liée au principe de réalité.
Yes, but I agree with that. It can be a new game, a big game with computing and so on. Why not? Maybe whether it's an aesthetic game, a game of art, I don't know exactly. But it can be a new game. But it's not the same play, the same role as before. And from the computer, you can play all your possibilities. It's a new life, indeed. Yes, in the past life, we have no innumerable possibilities as such. But there's a pure effectuation, realization of all possibilities. But is that an enrichment or a impoverishment? I don't know, because maybe it's not the best to dispose over all possibilities of actualization of your desires, of your ideas, of your imagination through the screen, through the digital form, and so on. Maybe there is no place then for instance, for the absence, for the lack of something, for the disappearance. All becomes positive, and you are born in a positive world, in an all positive world. And I don't know if it's a plus or a minus.
Yes.
It seems that there is a possibility of silence in the fact that the majority of images are busy doing violence against each other and not the spectator.
Alors, il y a une possibilité du silence du moment que la majorité des images sont en train de se faire violence entre elles et pas envers les spectateurs. Donc, c'est une description effective de la situation.
Yeah, but this science is not very... Is it science through annihilating images by each other? Yeah?
I say that there is a possibility for silence.
Good silence. You have to make it a good silence.
A good silence.
Not a dead silence.
You mean he says it should be a good silence, huh?
No, what are you saying?
I'm saying it is. I'm sorry. I'm saying I think there's a good silence in the fact that the majority of most images are too busy doing violence against each other.
Il y a un silence positif qui est produit de la violence des images entre elles. Donc nous, on est d'une certaine façon protégés parce que c'est pas vers nous.
Yeah, maybe, but what are you doing with this silence? What are you doing after the orgy of images?
Showing that the noise is...
What is left as seduction? If you look at images, you assist to the respective annihilation of images. Nothing is left on the screen. Is it a silence? It's always the same question. You are alone with yourself, but it's not sufficient to create a silence or secret or the I don't know, for this absence. I mean the absence, be it in whatever. The absence is very vital. Absence and illusion, not simulation. Illusion are vital. I don't know if we can recreate this magic area in the middle of tumultuous images or violent images to find this miraculously this area of silence, of secret, and absence, and so on. I doubt I doubt about that.
But you see, being...
But it can be a subjective experiment. You can experiment that, maybe individually.
But it is, I think he's talking about this Heideggerian silence as the origin of all languages. And you say, this is because there is no orgy here. So it's the indifference which all this fighting of the words and images allow us. We turn around in the beginning, in the openness of something, you give space for something which will appear. It gives new images. New, not you do it, so you are prepared to acknowledge the phenomenon, but you have to have the opening for this. Also ohne die Lichtung, ohne die Stille gibt kein neues Denken, kein neues Bild erscheinen. Das ist die Silence, die er meint und die dadurch entsteht, dass die anderen sich die Köpfe einschlagen und man sich davon zurückzieht. Nicht? Und sagt, hier ist mein Platz und ich warte, dass etwas geschieht und wenn es geschieht, dann werde ich es aufnehmen.
Yeah, you can understand. So the photography, I spoke about photography, but it's the same process in the not in the visuality, but in the photography image. The only chance is to make the void around the object, in order that the object appears, and to let the object appear through so making a void, a silence around the object. Not the photographer, not the subject, the photographic subject acts. The object acts, or acting out of the object. But you must, in order that that happens, you must be the agent of void, of the absence. There is no direct relation between subject and object, so mechanical objective relation, and the object, the subject imposes his vision, his look upon the object. In this sense, there is no good images. There is no photographic images in the strong sense of the term. I mean, the object makes the work. The object works and acts autonomously and maybe against and beyond the subject and the subjectivity. Maybe it's the same way, in the same way. We must not trust in the subject, not at all, no more.
But we must trust that the subject is there, it's da sein.
Yeah.
It's still there, to be there when it happens. Okay. Tony.
Okay, two questions. Okay, number one, in past words, okay, I think you might have been asked before. The last page, you mentioned that thought must be catastrophic and yet humanist at the same time. So can you elaborate on what is humanist and what you mean by catastrophic?
No, we spoke already about that. There is no matter with humanism.
Okay. Second question.
That's a wrong way.
But the answer is that it's not humanist.
It's not humanist.
No,
It's a bad translation.
No.
Bad translation.
Yeah.
It's a wrong translation, or I said a weakness of me.
Okay, the second question is that in another book, Fragments, you mentioned that the strategy now is no longer us against them, but viral. So, can you explain a bit about that? When it comes
La stratégie
Ce n'est pas nous contre eux, mais c'est une stratégie virale. La stratégie dominante, the dominant strategy
is viral. Yeah. You suggested the strategy.
Yes.
It's an interview in
maybe.
Fragments.
I mean, the system is viral, and the system and the visuality is viral in this sense. That is works for contamination, so chain reaction, and so on. The order, the virtual order is viral. Between virtual and viral is a close connection.